Ice-cold water flowing off this stunning glacier in Greenland might seem like the perfect antidote to the heat waves across the UK and Europe, but there's now good evidence the two things are connected.
This glacier is just one of thousands around the edge of Greenland's ice sheet. It's 7 times the size of the UK, and as our climate warms, it's melting increasingly quickly, dumping between 100 and 400 billion tonnes of water each year into rivers and out into the ocean.
A flow so large you can see the area of Greenland's meltwater from space. Where this cold blob meets warmer ocean water making its way up from the tropics, it creates a sharp temperature front in the ocean. Research now shows this cold-warm contrast has a powerful influence on the atmosphere above it, including the jet stream that steers weather systems over Europe, like drawing Saharan heat northwards, causing heat waves. The phenomenon has now been linked to a devastating heatwave-induced storm in 2022 that brought strong winds, giant hailstones and flooding to Central and Southern Europe, and the Spanish 2024 floods where a year's worth of rain fell in a day in parts of the country. But when that ocean temperature front shifts further north, it causes a loop in the jet stream over the UK. Also called an omega block, it draws hot Saharan air even further north, precisely the conditions we saw in June that brought record-breaking temperatures and intense thunderstorms to parts of the UK and Northern Europe, leading to thousands of heat-related deaths, and the same conditions behind the latest heatwave.
With future Greenland melting, we expect more intense and more frequent heat waves, especially in Southern Europe, but occasionally also in Northwest Europe, like now. So probably in the future, we will think that the heat waves we're experiencing now, we won't regard them as extreme anymore because they are going to be even more extreme.
Scientists like Altmans think it should be possible to predict when, and to a certain degree where, European heat waves might occur. But their models need better data on Greenland's melting. A problem researchers have come here this summer to try to solve.
One of the ways is measuring the temperature and say, right, that temperature change measures this much melt, therefore that much melt must be going into the ocean. What we don't actually know is, as temperatures increase, does that same cubic metre of ice melt and end up in the ocean straight away, or is it going to take a little while to get there?
We're about to accompany them up onto Greenland's vast ice sheet to follow their work, attempting to get a better idea of how Greenland's melting and what it means for all of us.